I'm Steve, and I'm here because I like to meet every one of our clients. So welcome to Yarrum Designer Homes. I know how other building companies operate because I've been in the industry for more than 20 years. But starting Yarrum Designer Homes was a chance to do things a little differently, in a good way, as you'll soon see.
I think that Yarrum did very well in bringing Mark's ideas to fruition about the home because he had some quite different ideas. I wanted something a bit different, and Yarrum were really great at providing those ideas and bringing them to reality. I love this home because it's so light and bright, and it's got the both areas which are open alfresco areas that you can spend a lot of time outside, and it's just very light and bright. I believe that Yarrum pride themselves on having happy clients at the end of the day, and they were very concerned at the end that we were as happy as we could be with our new home.
I've been in selling homes and designing homes for 30 odd years. I'm just passionate about designing houses, and I love making the homes come together for my clients, and I get a real buzz out of looking through the homes and getting the response from the clients after the house is built, and when you see it and they're happy with it and they are wrapped in what you've done for them, I mean, that just makes my job such a pleasure.
Yarrum did a good job of coordinating the pool and the landscaping with the job. They worked well with the different extra people who needed to finish the house with the different areas. Mark's favourite aspect of this home would be his man cave, which is the cinema room, because he can get lost in there for hours, and it's soundproofed, so he can basically just hide in there. My favourite part of this home is the viewing room on the first floor, because it's got views all around the estate and the wineries in the background and the hills. And I especially like that room because it's where I practice yoga every morning. We spend a lot of time in the alfresco area, having meals out there, having friends over and barbecues, and also using the pool with friends when they come up. We have friends who have children, and they love this house because of the pool area. I love that this main living area is so large, and it's got the dining area, the kitchen, and also the lounge area within it. So it's combines lots of different areas, and I just think it's a really beautiful space to relax in, especially if you've got friends over and everyone can sit around while you're cooking, and it's also got a nice calming feel about this area because of all the natural light. I'm very happy with the quality of the workmanship in this home. It's finished beautifully.
We chose Yarrum Homes because of the flexibility, but also the quality of the home they had on display here in the vintage. Because if we wanted to spend our hard-earned money, we wanted to make sure it was on quality rather than any rubbish.
They could offer us a design service and do everything from start to finish, which really appealed to us.
Yeah, from day one, Rob was great. We told him roughly what we wanted, and he had some really good ideas as well.
We listen to the clients, and it's a matter then of being flexible and being able to put their ideas on paper that works for them. So many other builders, when they give people options on homes, they're a fixed floor plan, fixed finish, and there's no variation. So there's no personal thing that comes into building that house. It's a cookie cutter situation. There's 10,000 of them built. With us, we want to create some uniqueness in our product and give people some special features in their home. And so that's what we do. We listen to what they want, and then we suggest things to them, and then hopefully after all that we can create something that they love, and then we can then price it and make it fit their budget. So if all that happens, 99 out of 100 times people will be happy, we're happy, and the end result's fantastic.
The design of the home was sort of done to match the landscape, the block of land that we already had. So that's why they put some stairs in the house, ups and downs, just to sort of blend in with the fall of the land as it was already, and to avoid having too many retaining walls and things like that outside. Well, the interior design process was excellent. We had our own interior designer who met with us whenever we needed to and helped us pick things out, from the colour on the colour of the paint on the walls to the colour of the kitchen to the tiles, everything.
The management build from day one was when we got introduced to Scott, who was their supervisor. Really allowed us to come through the home regularly to see what was happening, and we could change things and move things, and it was good from their point of view, where they could show us some ideas, I suppose, that we could make our home much better, and we did.
We communicate an awful lot with our clientele to make sure that they are well informed on every aspect of the build, and we try to involve them as much as possible to make them feel a part of the construction.
Landscaping was really good also from day one. They introduced us to a guy who worked with us right through the build. He knew what the landscape looked like. We came up with a design.
What makes us different from any other builder is Yarrum takes a lot of pride in the product that we deliver to our customer.
The difference between Yarrum and other builders we've used is their professionalism, and the fact that they were able to give us a full price for the house and the landscaping and everything up front, and we knew what we were going to be up for straight away and weren't going to have this huge bill at the end of it.
But the quality of work too makes a big difference. I mean, the quality from previous builds I've done, Yarrum far outweigh anything I've built before.
My favourite aspect of the home is my dream kitchen. I absolutely love it. I love getting in there and cooking now.
Yeah, one of the briefs we gave Rob up front was we wanted plenty of living room, we wanted a big kitchen, and I wanted somewhere for a billiard table. We designed it up front to get a viewing room out the back over the golf course. So from the front or the back, whether you're looking from the golf course or the road at the front, it looks quite unique. Rob said to us up front, he said, the price I give you is a price from start to finish. And he said, I'm true to my word in that, and I've never heard too many people say that before, but Rob's one you could believe.
We chose Yarrum Homes because they're a small builder and they have a wealth of industry experience. Right, Yarrum understood exactly what we wanted. We wanted a large, comfortable country home. The landscape of the farm is all sloped, so the home was designed to step down with the slope of the land just to spill out onto the paddocks. Yarrum use an interior designer, and you meet with her and she helps you do all your colours, pushes you a little bit out of your comfort zone, and you end up with this brilliant result. Yarrum manages the building process so beautifully. Because they're small, they're in contact with you all the time, telling you where they're at, what you need to have done. You're part of the team when it comes to building the home, and you become friends with them. I mean, you're seeing them all the time.
We go over and beyond the call of duty to make sure the clients are happy. We discuss all options with them. I don't think, to my knowledge, I've sold a house out here that clients have built that anyone is unhappy with what we've done. They all speak highly of Yarrum and what we offer.
I love this home. It's just a sense of openness, and when people walk through the front door, they go, wow, but it's comfortable and everyone just relaxes, and it's brilliant. You know, the kitchen is the focal point, as it is in every house, and people just relax. They love coming here. You know, they flow out onto the alfresco and sit down and watch the kangaroos or the horses, or, you know, all the boys love the bar downstairs, so they generally venture down there, have a game of pool. Kids just run, and it works because when we've got visitors, there's our wing of the house that no one really needs to go into. Then there's the guest wing, and then there's just all the entertaining. And so it just works as an entertainer's home. We've been through the building process many times before, but what was different about this one was it was a knockdown and rebuild. So we started from scratch, but with a few obstacles. There was infrastructure in place. There was a tennis court and swimming pool and sheds, a huge water tank. We're not on town water. And so we had all these obstacles, and Yarrum had solutions for all of them. It was brilliant. It wasn't a problem for them. It was great. They just told us what we're going to do. So it worked really well for us.
When we decided to build, we looked at going to project home builders and went and looked at a lot of display homes and decided that a display home would not suit our block of land. We thought we had beautiful views and none of the homes were suitable. Yarrum we were very familiar with, and between Yarrum and the architect, they were able to understand exactly what we wanted, even though we couldn't actually express it. We personally didn't see any real relationship between what we liked and disliked, but they could tell through all of the samples that we chose what we really wanted. And the architect went away and he came back basically with this design as a first concept. All of the staff of Yarrum were very, very helpful. I guess the person we had the most contact with was the project manager. And from the first time we met Scott, he basically told us what his philosophy was of building. And after that first meeting, Tim and I felt so confident that we had someone on side and someone we could trust to deliver the quality of build that we were looking for.
I have a very simple philosophy. If I wouldn't accept it in my house, I certainly wouldn't deliver it to one of my clients.
We've built 2 residential homes prior to building this house. This was probably the easiest in that I felt so comfortable with being able to come on site and look at things as they were evolving, and if there were any issues or any small changes we wanted to make, Yarrum were very receptive to letting us do that. So once we had settled on our plan, we asked Yarrum to quote for the build, and I was really happy with the amount of information they provided as part of the quote. Everything was very detailed, very specific about what the inclusions were. We chose appliances in the kitchen that were more expensive than what the quote allowed for, but that was an option that was available, so it wasn't a surprise that we had variations to the cost. One of the things that I found so encouraging about dealing with Yarrum was I knew that they weren't working towards just completing the home and going away. They were working towards completing a home that I would love living in, and something that I found really helpful that they offered was an interior designer, so that I could use her expertise to help me make some of my choices and selections that otherwise I may not have felt quite as confident doing. When our house was completed and we had our first invitations to friends to come over, and they just had such lovely things to say about the house. It made us feel really pleased with our design choice and with everything that we had worked so hard to achieve. I think if I had a friend who was asking for advice on choosing a builder, I would very happily suggest that they go to Yarrum.
So we bought a block with an unusual shape because we liked the parkland aspect, and we needed somebody that could design a home that suited the block and suited the views that we were trying to achieve. And when we talked to Yarrum, they were very helpful, and we certainly developed the house in combination with Rob Waters from Yarrum, who was the one who kind of helped us design the house.
When they come and sit down with me to discuss building a house, then I can actually get their ideas, create the design, and importantly make it the house and the design fit their budget.
I think they did. I think Yarrum sort of took everything that we wanted on board, and we started planning, and I think they got what we were trying to say and how we wanted to live.
We kind of did it as almost as a partnership between us and Yarrum as we kind of worked through the design and then worked through the approvals processes, which are a bit tricky in some places, particularly around building here in the Vintage.
So Yarrum took a lot of that on board because they could understand what their rules and regulations were, so they helped us hugely with that.
Yeah. In planning our interior design, Yarrum engaged a consultant that we went and saw numerous times.
So she helped us with colours and things like that, so we sort of just gave her a baseline of what sort of colours we wanted so she could put the colours together. And I like orange, as you can probably see throughout the house, so That was probably one of the things that I wanted. Pool was a separate issue. We talked to Rob about the pool, didn't we, and what we wanted with the pool and how we were going to fit it in, because we wanted it, he thought it was a good idea to have it like when we walked in through the front door, so that was probably part of the feature. So then we wanted to wrap it around the alfresco part so we could see it when we were sitting out there.
Yeah, and so they made sure that they had the additional footings that were needed to be able to have the pool up against the house. Referred us to a pool company who built the pool, and then Yarrum then helped us with the landscaping around the pool as well.
The relationship that we try to develop with our customers is very personal. They aren't just a client to Yarrum Designer Homes, they actually become very closely associated, and we see them as virtually part of Yarrum's family.
We built the house from Canberra, and so it was important that we had a builder that we could rely on and trust as the building progressed, and pretty much we walked in day one and the house was there. So everyone that comes into the house loves it. They just like the whole design, I guess. Yeah, the feel, the openness, the whole aspect with the pool outside and the outdoor area.
It's built for us, so it suits our lifestyle. So we thought about what we wanted in the house, and I think this house fulfills that.
So the whole top floor is ours, and so that's just really nice up there with the views and the space, and a good place to relax.
They build great houses. It's different houses. So if you want to go to run-of-the-mill things, then do your project home. If you want something different, come to Yarrum.
Yarrum Homes just happened for us, largely due to going and visiting the display homes. It was very obvious that they were very beautiful in design, very unique, and offered a lot of different things we hadn't seen before. Our house was quite difficult in terms of the display home that we chose to model our home on was built or designed to fit a large block, a more square block. We have a long rectangular block, so it took quite a lot of work to keep the design features that we wanted but fit it into our block of land. Rob Waters in particular worked really hard to make sure that the layout of the house kept the flow that we wanted. We thought our block of land was relatively flat, but once we started to do the design and to do the layout of the house, it was really obvious that we had to have split level. The house is really designed to be light and airy. My favourite aspects about the home are really the living area, where it's very fun to entertain and it's very easy. It's very casual, but the kitchen works extremely well. It leads out to the alfresco area, so again it makes entertaining very easy. We have also a pool in the middle of the house, which is a feature. The bedroom's beautiful. I can lay in bed and have the cool breeze coming in from the golf course. Again, it's light and airy because we've got the turrets built into the roof line. My husband really enjoys his media room. He's a sports fanatic, so he has a big TV and a comfy lounge. It's always wonderful showing our friends and family this house. It's warm and friendly, I've been told, which is something we always like to create. But generally, people just feel relaxed here and enjoy the beautiful view across the golf course. I believe that Yarrum has made a very big difference to our experience because they have made sure that we were happy every step of the way with what we were creating as a joint venture.
At Yarrum Designer Homes, we are very proud of our vintage collection. These contemporary homes offer set floor plans with a choice of facades. They have an excellent level of inclusions that can be upgraded to suit your individual needs. We call it the hassle-free turnkey finish. All aspects of your home are completed: kitchen, floor coverings, air conditioning, landscaping and driveway, and all you have to do is move in. Now take a look at the design and flexibility of 3 of the vintage collection: the Pinehurst, the Muirfield and the Avondale. The difference about our floor plans is they are flexible and can work on sloping sites, step down to suit the landscape. Want something a little different? At Yarrum Designer Homes, we offer you the flexibility to add your style to one of our designs. Kitchens are the heart of every home, and we work with you to suit your taste and style. We are proud of our homes, so if you're looking to build and need some help, give us a call at Yarrum Designer Homes and experience the difference.